My name is Sam Harris, but I was born in Poland, so it was not Sam Harris. I was adopted, and it became Sam Harris. And my name was Szlamek Rzeźnik, and then it was changed in when I was 12 years old, in Northbrook, Illinois. I was just a little kid. I was 4 years old, and the Nazis came to town. I first noticed them when they started shooting in the sky. They were shooting down Polish planes. And the reason they're shooting Polish planes is because in Poland, my town of Dęblin, they had the Air Force training there, so the Nazis knew where it was, so they came immediately there. And this is how it became immediately noticeable to me that the Nazis were coming, because those same planes came down and started shooting at people. And I remember death, and actually it was the first time I experienced watching death. We were running on the fields, and the planes came down and started shooting at people. And of course it wasn't long, they came after the Jews. They conquered Poland in a short time, and the main objective was to go get the Jews. That was Hitler's objective, to get rid of all the Jews. Judenfrei, free of Jews. And started killing right away, made a ghetto out of my town. Everybody was starving and hungry. Killings every day. And I'm one of the lucky ones. My town was completely free of Jews, except for the concentration camps where they worked, and Jews worked helping the Nazis with their airplanes. They were slave laborers. And I was there hiding. My older sister Rosa, she was 14 years older than me. She saved me, so I was hiding. She shared her very little food that we had. And we stayed there until the Russians came close to Dęblin, which is close to Warsaw, and they took us in a cattle car to Częstochowa. There we ended up working, I didn't, my sister did, working in they had factories there making bullets for the front. And my sister worked there, and I was hiding in the camps. They were supposed to shoot me, but with luck, I ended up not being shot. And I was hiding there until the Russians came in 1945, January 17th, and we were liberated. I went back to my hometown in the cold winter. My sister dropped me off in an orphanage. I stayed there. She went to Vienna to live with her husband. Eventually she came, got me, and I was enlisted to go in second grade and learn to speak German. And went to school there for a couple of years till 1947. My sister decided to send me to a good place, the United States. So that's how I ended up. I went on a ship called the Ernie Pyle, and ended up in New York. Then the Jewish Children's Bureau took over. They found a home for me in Northbrook, Illinois, where I became Sam Harris. My job was to learn English and to learn to be an American child. It was not easy, because my experience as a child was different than all my other friends, 12. They didn't know about death and hunger and all those beautiful things. And I had to step down, pretend that I was a kid. I wasn't. I was like 54 years old at that point. And my job was to forget the past, what happened to me, not the past as such, and move on as a child and not to be different. And I did that. I did it well. And I did it all the way until I graduated college and was successful as a businessman, was successful in high school where I was asked to be president of my 800 people class. I was always a leader. And eventually I decided that I survived, and that certainly was on my mind, that I was lucky. I volunteered to build the Illinois Holocaust Museum. Education Center, became president of that, and built them one of the most beautiful, outstanding Holocaust museums in the world, second largest in the United States. And my goal basically was, I made it. All these other kids, 1.5 million Jewish children, and a lot of others, but Jewish children, were killed. So I felt I owed it. So the only way to do this is through, the only way to learn about all that is through education. That's why we built the Illinois Holocaust Museum and Education Center, where children can learn about the past and do something about the future.